Hey, what's going on, guys? Of course, welcome back to part 2 of my review as well as my soundtrack recommendations for Mr. Stand-In by, of course, all right, the one of my favorite authors, C.M. Albert. Okay, so let's continue here, guys, where we last left off. So some other recommendations, guys, that I have, of course, here we got LL Cool J with Mama Said Knock You Out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Oh man, look at all that. Look at all that sexy chest hair. I love men with some chest hair, man. I just like a hairy man. Okay, but I digress, guys. Of course, this is a legendary like hip hop album at its finest. LL Cool J's Mama Said Knock You Out, legendary album. Okay, I mean, when I think of hip hop, that interesting blend between hip hop and rap, this is the album that I think of like right away. But you know, when I was thinking about the book and everything, there's this song that's called Roundaway Girl on this album, and it's everything, guys. Like he's like, you know, he's like, I want a woman, you know, with a bad attitude, you know, sucking on a lollipop, you know, like just he's so, it's like naughty yet nice, you know, like that's like the type of women that he's into, you know, if you read the lyrics and all that. But oh my gosh, I love LL Cool J. Also, you guys may not know, LL Cool J stands for Ladies Love Cool James, so there you go. But yeah, this is a great album. Also, some other songs that I would say about LL Cool J that really reflect Mr. Stand-In. I would say Hey Lover, like hey lover, this is more than a crush, you know. Well, so the Hey Lover, of course, featuring LL Cool J and Boys to Men. Okay, very sexy song, you know. He's like, hey, I know you got another dude, but you know, you come back to, you know, you come back to daddy, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I love LL Cool J. He just oozes sex appeal. Like, you know, if I could just take like LL Cool J and Robin Thicke and just like put them in a blender, that's like Carter to me, I swear. Like, he just oozes the sex appeal. But he always, the thing I always love about LL Cool J though is the songs like that he would write for the ladies, you know, or the ones he would rap. He always cared about the ladies. Like, so ladies, yeah, love Cool James for sure. And guys, he still looks good. Okay, so get your live LL Cool J. All right, continuing on here, we have another J-Rock artist, guys. I talk about him nonstop, but he is everything. Okay, I don't know why he hasn't come out with new music since 2017. Cammy Joe, I need you. I'm gonna need you to come out with some new music. So Cammy Joe, guys, you may, if you're into J-Rock, which also is known as Japanese rock, he was the lead singer in a band that was called Versailles Philharmonic Quintet, okay? But then what ended up happening, one of the members of the band ended up dying, unfortunately. So then, you know, the band went on for a little bit, but then they ended up breaking up. This is a common thing, guys, I swear, that happens in J-Rock. There'll be like a group that'll get together and then like not within even a year or two they separate. And yeah, I am back, Yak. Sorry about that, guys. I was having technical difficulties. You gotta love technology, but I digress. So this is so what ended up happening, guys, is that Cammy Joe decided to do his own solo albums, and they are fabulous, guys. I will be reviewing them on my other show that's called the Curvy Metalhead Show. But oh my gosh, okay, this guy is everything. Guys, you see him looking like this, he's like 40, like over 40 years old, looking sexy like this. Okay, so do you see why, guys, I have a very strong preference for older men? Hello. Okay, but yeah, this is a great song he did a couple years ago. It's called Mademoiselle, and if you actually look up the lyrics of the song, he's like, hey, do you want to be my princess? That's like what he says in one part of the lyrics of the song. So it's all about this admiration of this mademoiselle, this proper lady. You know, I want for you to be my princess. I want, you know, to be your everything. And in many ways, guys, when you read Mr. Stand-In, Carter acts like this. Like, as soon as he and Presley connect on that deeper, you know, mental and physical level, okay, they just have this automatic chemistry, and Carter just feels that like Presley is the woman for him. Like, he can be himself around her, and I love when he calls her princess. I would love if a guy just called me princess. Like, that just melted my heart. He's like, hey, anything you want, princess. And I'm all like, ah. You know? I am such a hopeless romantic, guys, but yeah, this song is really adorable, and the music video is everything. But I've always loved Cammy Joe, whether he was in Varsales or as a solo artist. He writes these really deep and performs these really deep poetic songs that it's so romantic. But he also, you know, he has this, because you guys know I love me some vampire looking men, okay? So he has like a lot of his look, like his aesthetic is like very vampire in nature. He'll have like you know, like really light blue colored like contacts and like really long just like Renaissance hair. He is so hot to me. Like, I love Cammy Joe. I want for him to like come out with some new music, because I haven't heard of anything since Mademoiselle. But yeah, all of his albums that he's released, guys, I highly recommend. Super good, super good. So Cammy Joe is spelled Kamijo. Look him up, you will not be disappointed. But yeah, I love this song because it's just him being like, I want for you to be my princess. And I'm like, I'm like, this is why I love you, Cammy Joe. Him and Gact, I swoon, I heart so bad. Oh my gosh. And Yak says, aw, and Yak says, I trust you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just, great artist, guys. Great, fantastic artist. Super underrated too. Okay, so now this one's gonna be interesting because I have a love-hate relationship with Ariana Grande's music. On one hand, okay, this young lady can sing the house down. Unpopular opinion here, is she up to the level of Whitney Houston? No. Don't get me wrong, she is very talented, can sing the house down, but I would not compare, because what happened was as soon as she came out, and I get it, but everyone was like, oh my gosh, Ariana like Grande is our generation's Whitney Houston. I'm like, excuse you? Look up, guys, look up the accolades if you're not familiar with Whitney Houston's work, which I would be surprised. Look up the accolades of Whitney Houston and compare it to Ariana Grande and get back to me. No shade, but she still has a long way to go. She is not to the level of Barbra Streisand. Yes, she has gotten a lot of success in a quick amount of time because of her talent and her her personality. I'll just put it that way. But I didn't know that she actually came out with her latest album, just came out. It's called Positions. So that's, we'll be reviewing this album. That is for dang sure. But I do like the song off of this song, you know, off of this album. There we go. It's been a long day, y'all. But I do like the song Positions. You know, I thought about, honestly, the song is about the sexy time, okay? And there are many good sexy times in this book, okay? So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love like some of Ariana Grande's songs, but I don't think she's to the level of Whitney Houston. She's not. Okay, to truly be a diva, you really gotta pay your dues. And Whitney Houston paid her dues, okay? Like, she paid her dues to get where she is. And I think Ariana's on the right direction. You know, she's getting there, but, you know, I could say she's more like Mariah Carey than Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, and maybe I'm being biased, but she's on a whole different level musically and her career and everything. Like, Ariana has just scratched the surface of her career. I would like to see maybe where she's gonna be in maybe 3 or 4 albums down the line before I could say, okay, yeah, she's on her way. But I would compare her more to Mariah Carey than Whitney. Like, Whitney had her own specialized octave range that Ariana's voice is not there. Like, I would say she's more of like, you know, a Mariah Carey level, but not Whitney Houston, okay? But Yak says no, but still amazing, and Whitney is in her own class. I agree. She really is. But Ariana is great. She'll get there. She'll get there. I just think the thing that's kind of holding her back is her attitude sometimes. Like the way that she be looking at some stuff. And don't get me wrong, this young lady has been through some things, okay? She has been through some things, all right? But she still has to pay her dues, you know, in regards to her music ship. And Position's a great song. Guys, go check out the music video. The thing I love about Ariana is her female empowerment to her songs. Now, the only thing I didn't like in this Position song is her talking about, you know, and nothing wrong with that, but it was just like, she was like, oh, I'm in the kitchen and then I make love to you. And I'm like, how about that man get in the kitchen too? Okay, how about equal opportunity? It's like, it's always, every song about romance, sometimes I feel like it's always the woman being in the kitchen, but I'm like, how about the man cook me some food and make love to me on a Sunday? Like, excuse me. But overall, I know I'm gonna get the Ariana Grande fans like roasting me, you know, trying to snatch my wig. Good God. But, you know, I respect her. I like her music, you know, some of her songs, but she is not Whitney Houston. Okay, I would say Mariah Carey, but she is not Whitney Houston. That's like comparing Lady Gaga to Beyonce. And some people have had the audacity to do that. You cannot compare Lady Gaga to Beyonce. What? Those are two different musical sounds going on. Okay, and we're not gonna go there. Okay. But Yak says, but you're not wrong. No, but see, sometimes when I speak my opinion, man, people are ready to roast me on an open fire, okay? But, you know, I've spent enough time listening to her catalog and listening to, you know, just learning about her. I just think if she could shift her attitude a little bit, just a little bit, she would be on her way. You know, she would be on her way. But I just think she has a lot more, you know, she's young, so she has a lot more maturing that she needs to do, but that's just my opinion. But no, the album is great. I mean, she's got some really good cameos on there that really complement her voice and everything. But yeah, I like the Position song. Though it's short, though, I will say. It's short, but it's catchy. It's good. It's got good beats. The music video's got female empowerment up in there. I appreciate that. You know, I love the diversity she has in her music videos, so I give her props for that. But she still got a lot of growing up and maturing to do before I would even say that she is to, I can't even say she not to Whitney Houston level yet. I'm sorry, please. Okay. All right, so commence Ariana Grande superfan hate comments right now. But okay, let's move on before I, you know, get roasted here. All right, so moving back into some other interesting music here. The wonderful world of K-pop. You guys know how much I love BoA, okay? Like, I get it, you got Blackpink, you got BTS, etc., but let's call it what it is, okay? All right, just like how Utada helped to bring in J-pop into the American market, that's what BoA did. BoA is the queen of K-pop, not of her time, period. Okay, she sings in Korean, she sings in Japanese, she has sung in like multilingual. Okay, can dance the house down. And she in her what, like later 30s now, and still can slay. Okay, Boa is savage, y'all. She really has this very interesting blend of her American like influence with the Korean flavor, and I wouldn't even say she is like, because guys, let's just keep it real. When it comes to K-pop, there's generic K-pop and there's K-pop that, you know, that you just really can't even call it K-pop because it's so unique. And I will say early Boa, yeah, definitely classic K-pop. You know what I mean? But as she was, you know, maturing, her sound is completely different than anything of generalized K-pop that you hear today. Okay, she is the queen for that very reason. Because she was one of the very few Korean artists to cross over and be successful outside of South Korea. She is really popular, you know, in Japan as well. And she can sing both languages. Not an easy thing to do. So this is her English debut, Eat You Up, which is okay. It's not the best song. But when I was thinking about all the times, I swear, that Carter just wanted to be all Presley like that, he wanted to eat her up. Straight up, okay? So that's what I was thinking about. And Yak says like Crown Royal on ice, short and sweet. Oh, but yeah, I love Boa. She's great. She just came out with a new album not too long ago. But she's got a lot of hits, man. Some of the other songs I would recommend too, if you're reading Mr. Stand-In, Kiss My Lips, obvious, you know. Also, I would say, what was the other song? I forgot it now, but she got a lot of hits, y'all. But yeah, Eat You Up, I would say, Kiss My Lips. Camo would be really good too. That's a good dance record, you know. But yeah, never, like, people cancel Boa so much though, because they're like, especially in K-pop, they're like she's old. Excuse me? Excuse me? She is the queen, y'all. I know there's every generation's got their queen of K-pop, but I'm sorry. Nobody can replace the legacy of Boa and what she did to K-pop. Seriously. She made it, she crossed it over, guys. Before the whole big K wave and all that, she was partially responsible for that. And yeah, you had artists like, of course, like Jay Park and like Super Junior and stuff like that, but she really made it like cool in America. Like, that's how I was introduced to K-pop, was through Boa, you know. And when I started reading about her and how versatile she is, and just the style, the flavor that she has in her music, it's really different. And her music videos, they're all different. Like, one of my favorite videos of hers, which amazing dance choreography, which I highly recommend, is called Only One. It's an older record, but super good. And also, she has a really good women's empowerment song, which that's why I love Boa, because she be representing for the ladies, okay? She has this song that's called Woman. And guys, the opening of that music video, she is doing a headstand with two guys holding her up, straight up headstand, and she's like walking to the beat of the music. Now, don't get me wrong, people in K-pop, very talented with the choreography, but who could do that? The closest person I could think that could have that kind of body strength like that would be Howlin'. Howlin', you may know her. She's kind of like the Beyonce of the K-pop scene right now, to be honest. She has this song called Daily with Gray. That's how you may know her. But that's probably the other person I could think that could do that. She is everything. So yeah, definitely check her out, guys. Called Eat Ya Up. Her English album was not that great though. The marketing was really bad on it, because I really felt that she would have blown up here in America if they just got her better songs. They were like trying to make her like this hip-hop kind of artist, but Boa is not that, you know? Like, she has hip-hop vibes in her music, but she's not like super street like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was sad that her album, I mean, it did well in regards to like dance remix charts and everything for Billboard, but it just didn't make the cut, unfortunately. All right, so of course this is another underrated artist. If you're, I mean, she's well recognized, but like people don't really know her like that unless you're into the singer-songwriter genre, and I am obsessed with her music. Oh my gosh. Like, Tori Amos, guys, has probably one of the most unique voices you will ever hear. I love listening to people with unique voices. And Yak says, not old, she's experienced. Yep, you're right about that. But this is off of an album she did in the 90s. She's been around for a long time and she still look good. Okay. But this is her album called Boys for Pele. And guys, one of my favorite remixes off of this album is called Professional Widow. Oh my gosh, I could listen to this song all day. It has the best like atmospheric like new disco beat you will ever hear. And at first you're like, okay, I listened to it once, okay, this is good. No, I had this on repeat, guys, for like 10-15 minutes. It's so good. The music video is crazy. She's like dancing with this giant boa constrictor and stuff. Like, they remixed it and it's super cool. Like, it's a classic record if you're into like I would say like 90s dance kind of music. You may have heard Professional Widow. It is a classic. So how it ties in to the book is, for Mr. Stand-In, is like, I'm just thinking about moments where there's like dance, you know, like, you know how sometimes when you're reading a book and the characters are kind of like talking to each other and they're maybe at like a cafe or a dance club or something. That's what I was thinking about Professional Widow, because it just has that type of beat. And yeah, guys, highly recommend, if you want an interesting voice to listen to, Tori Amos is definitely it. I can't even put her voice into a category because it's such a unique voice. Like, you may also know the song that she's done too called Sort of Fairy Tale. That's another song of hers that's also popular. But yeah, I really like her. She really stands out. Like, she does not care about, you know, trying to keep up with trends and stuff. She just does her own thing, and I think that's why her fans, really like myself, appreciates her music, because she just does her own thing, and she's a very unique artist. Like, I love her. Oh my gosh, love her. All right, so next, guys, this is an album. If you have not heard of this album, make it your business to do so. This album is straight, no pun intended, but it's straight fire. This album is everything a singer-songwriter album should be, okay? Paula Cole, guys, this fire, probably one of the most overlooked albums. It's a popular album at the time, but now no one talks about her anymore. And she has probably one of, besides Tori Amos and Fiona Apple, she has one of the most unique voices. Because Paula Cole, guys, she sings operaphonically, but she also sings like, the best way I can put it is she sings like operaphonically, but she can also like really like belt it, and all. It's like this weird sound coming out of a human's mouth that, like, it's everything. Like, the fact that people don't know, very few people know about Paula Cole, except for, you may know her from the song called I Don't Wanna Wait, which was the opening song to Dawson's Creek. That is the only song that, unfortunately, like, most people know by her. But I love this album, guys. This is like my favorite album of all time. It's so good. It's like ruthless aggression. It's sensual. It's sexy. It's It's got interesting flair, just sprinkled all. Like, this is an album, guys, that I give like a masterpiece. It's very rare I give a masterpiece like 10 out of 10 rating, because this album is just that dang good. I mean, from the instrumentation that's just on beat. It's like on beat. It does not skip a beat. It's so good. But yeah, songs I would recommend off of Paula Cole's This Fire, I would say I Don't Want to Wait, of course. Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And I would also say Me is a great song too. That's another hit that's off of her album. She's still making music as well, but I think she does it independently. But the last album that I heard from her was Ikatha, which is fantastic. Oh my gosh, guys, like I would love an interview with Paula Cole. Oh my gosh, I would live for that interview, because she's such an interesting person, you know. And okay guys, she was making music at a time where women had to be it was kind of like a blend, you know. You had these pop artists that were very, you know, sexy and very, you know, glittery and and outspoken, but then you also had artists like her that were more subdued but more classical, because she has very classical vibes to her music as well, but there's still this freshness to it. And yeah, you must listen to this album, guys. Like, make it your business. I listen to this album at least once a month. It's legendary. It's that good of an album. You know, the music videos are really fun. But yeah, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? When I thought about Mr. Stand-In, that's what I was thinking about, is like Presley, you know, thinking about like, I want to be that right woman for Carter and stuff. Because when you listen to the song Where Have the Cowboys Gone, she's like, you know, I'll do the dishes while, you know, you go have a beer. I think that's what she says, kind of to that degree. But, you know, it's kind of this give and take in a relationship. Like, you know, we'll work together, but then, you know, if I do this, then you can do that. And yeah, like she's talking about where is, like, one of the lyrics she says is like, she's like, where is my John Wayne? You know, like, you know, where is he? So there are many moments that Presley feels like that. She's like, you know, is he really the right man for me? Like, and then she, you know, she has moments of actualization, you know, that occur. But yeah, I could talk about this album nonstop, guys. It's that damn good. Oh, it's so good. All right, another album, guys, that really you must listen to. I'm really into singer-songwriters, because it takes a lot of talent, guys, to be a singer-songwriter, to write a song from scratch and then add the instrumentation in. That's a true talent, like, for real, a true talent, seriously. But this is a classic album, guys, from the mid 90s. This is Sarah McLachlan's Surface Scene. And in case you guys may not know, you know, when I first kind of started doing my other show, which is called the Curvy Metalhead Show, I got introduced to her through a friend of mine. Like, I had a friend of mine that was really into Sarah McLachlan, and I was just like, who is this beautiful woman? Because Sarah McLachlan, y'all, gorgeous. Okay, she is a Canadian singer and songwriter, and the best way to like describe her music is atmospheric poetry. That's literally Sarah McLachlan. Like, she is the Celine Dion, not to make a Canadian to Canadian comparison, but literally, guys, she's like the Celine Dion of atmospheric music. Like, her music is just that good. It's really good. It's really very like kick back, relax, kind of chill music. But she just writes these. She's so wholesome. Like, you know, I like like I would say she's kind of like the antithesis of Alanis Morissette. So if Alanis Morissette would calm the fuck down, it would be Miss Sarah McLachlan, if you really think about it. Because Alanis Morissette is like full balls busting aggression, whereas Sarah McLachlan, she, you know, she helps you to take a couple seats back. You know, this is like a lot of times people say that Sarah McLachlan's music, especially when Surfacing came out, just from the research I did on the album, they described it as like coffee house music, which is true. Like literally you could turn this album on in a coffee house and just get the coffee house vibes. But there's more to her music, guys, than how people kind of like stereotype her music. Surfacing is an album that really kind of, no pun intended, but it talks about the layers of within like a relationship, but also Surfacing kind of focuses on the layers within yourself and the deceptions and confusion and like those type of issues sometimes that you face within yourself, like giving into love, giving up on love, reflecting, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's why, to me, the album, I can see why the album is called Surfacing. But I will say, guys, songs that I recommend, this is like one of her hit albums, and one of my personal favorites. I would recommend Sweet Surrender. I did put that on the playlist, as well as she has another song not on this album. It's called Possession. Very sexy, like 50 Shades of Grey vibes. So that's what I was thinking about, because you know there are many moments when Carter and Presley, you know, make love to each other that like he's telling her to like relax and just like, you know, give in to me, and you know, and then on the other hand he's like, you know, how can I satisfy you? So like that's what I was thinking about in regards to that song. But like Sweet Surrender as well, you know, just like, you know, this is like she says in the song, it's all that I have to give, you know. And sometimes, guys, when it comes to a relationship, love is all you have to give, you know. And then after that, you kind of have to add to it to keep the relationship, you know, going, keeping it focused, you know. And the music video for Sweet Surrender is everything. I fucking love it. It's so good. But yeah, Sarah McLachlan is so underrated now. You know, we're in a time now where singer-songwriters, they're still around, but they're kind of seen as like, you know, a novelty, you know. It's not like recently, of course, we've had like SZA and like her and like artists like that. But it's different. Like when this album came out, it was really, from what I read, it was really groundbreaking, because it was the first time like you had a female artist that was not like, you know, like well, this was even before Britney Spears, you know, but still, like, you know, most of the time when people would think of like female artists, it was kind of like that. But when this album and like the times of like Paula Cole and Fiona Apple and stuff, it was an interesting time, guys, because you had the European like dance flavor that was like dominating the charts, but then on the other hand, you also had these contemporary singer-songwriters that were just making these really beautiful, melodic, sensual, sexy kind of songs. And unfortunately, this particular genre of singer-songwriter kind of got pushed to the wayside because of the popularity of disco and hip-hop and that kind of stuff. But great album. Oh my gosh. And she actually just came out with an album recently that was really, it was pretty decent. I do like Afterglow, which was one of her other current releases, but I live for her. Her music is so good. It's so good. And Yak says, I love her. Yes, I do. Sarah McLachlan is everything. Like if you like the Cranberries and stuff, you will love her. Even though it's different flavor, but the voice, like her voice is very, like, they have similarities. All right, of course, how can I not talk about romance and not talk about Toni Braxton? I mean, come on. Guys, let me tell you, Toni Braxton, this woman is everything. Like, if you want to talk about legends, you want to talk about Whitney Houston and stuff, okay, she's up there. She's up there. Toni Braxton, this is her self-titled debut. Highly recommend. I mean, Toni Braxton, guys, is one of the reasons why I feel comfortable having a lower voice as a woman, because Toni, she's known for her mezzo, like alto because she can still belt, you know, but she just has a very nice lower alterness to her voice. And she came out at a time, guys, where it was kind of weird for women to sound like that. And she made it commercial, specifically, especially in the R&B genre. Like, she made it mainstream. Now, don't get me wrong, there were women like Anita Baker, for example, but she was more known in the jazz kind of crossover, jazz and R&B world. But Toni came out and she was straight up like ballad singer, and then she went from that to like just sex, like sexy woman, man. Like, she went from like this, guys, then her next album, Secrets, it was like day and night. It was insane. Now, a lot of people respect this album too because, you know, of course, it's got Babyface written all over it. Babyface vibes for sure. But the song I would recommend off of this album is Another Sad Love Song. Oh my gosh, like that is the legendary song that every woman knows, okay? But yeah, great music video too if you're into the, you know, that 80s flavor. Yak says, yes, classic album. It seriously is. And I think sometimes, unfortunately, what happened to Toni Braxton, unfortunate is she started off good, but then once she came out with the song Hit the Freeway, that was the end to me of Toni Braxton. Now, don't get me wrong, Toni Braxton did redeem herself, I think last year, or it was last year or the year before. She came out, no, I think it was last year. She came out with this album called Sex and Cigarettes, and she has that song called Long As I Live. She redeemed herself there, because when she came out with that Libra album, that is the worst Toni Braxton album ever made, besides the Hit the Freeway one. Like, Toni Braxton's one of those artists, she needs to not do, like, in my opinion, trying to do like the younger, like, you know, like contemporary like pop music. Her voice is not good for that. Like, there are some exceptions here and there, but she was like, she's trying to kind of stay like, what's the best way I can put it? She's trying to stay youthful when she is known as being a adult contemporary R&B artist. And this is just my personal opinion. I really think she needs to stay in her lane, because she's a great artist. She is legendary, but she kind of almost messed up her legacy because of those two albums. Like, she was, and I get it, because, you know, when the time Libra and stuff was coming out, you know, she had to kind of change with the times, but they just didn't execute it correctly. You know, it just did not, it did not work for her and her voice. Now, she did, guys, this year come out with a new album, but unfortunately the album, a lot of critics are mixed about it, but it's not a good album. Like, the single that I heard off of it, I'll review it if you want me to, guys, but it was not good. Like, that's the issue with Toni Braxton now. Like, I just think she needs to stick to her contemporary formula that, you know, it's okay to experiment and stuff because you're an artist, right? I would be a hypocrite to say that, you know? But she's just one of those artists that when she's got that formula, it's perfection. Like, when she did like her self-titled, you know, it was still good, but this is the album to me that really kind of secured her and really made me like her even more, is fucking Secrets. Oh my gosh, Secrets, guys, is the second album from Toni Braxton. This is the album that put her on the map. This is the album that made everyone around the world know how wonderful of an artist that she truly is, okay? Secrets has, of course, the legendary song, okay, Unbreak My Heart, and of course, the favorite sex song of every woman that loves R&B, You're Making Me High. Oh my gosh, this album is everything. I mean, she's, yeah, and then also, of course, she has a duet, yeah, with Babyface as well. I love me some him. Like, this is the album, yo. Like, this is the relationship album. Like, this is how you write a relationship album. Like, oh my gosh. Like, this is probably Toni Braxton's best album from this particular era. Like, I would say Sex and Cigarettes for her more modern stuff was a little bit better. But her new album is just, I don't know what they're, like, you can't take someone that is a, you know, a contemporary powerhouse and then try to turn them into a pop artist. Like, that's Toni Braxton's problem, like, in my opinion, for her entire career so far, is like she'll go from making a really good album like Secrets, you know, and Sex and Cigarettes, and then she'll go into like just this weird direction and trying to kind of be with the times. Sometimes it's better to just stay in your lane and do what you know you're good at, and you can experiment here and there, you know. Like, Madonna has this problem too. As much as I love her, she has this problem. You know, she's always trying to kind of keep up with the, you know, the times, and I'm sorry, but you can't do that sometimes. Sometimes you got a formula, you can sway a little bit here and there, you know, to keep yourself as current as you can. But if you know what you're good at, some artists can do it, but some artists cannot. Even Lady Gaga herself has this problem sometimes. You know, she came out with the Fame Monster, well-respected album, The Fame. Her debut is my personal favorite. You know, and then she came out with Joanne. A masterpiece of an album. It really is. I'm not the biggest Lady Gaga fan, but I'll give her props for that album. That album was sweet, and it showed a completely different side of her that people would not expect. And then she came out with Art Pop, and I'm just like, what are you doing? It was like she was taking Joanne and her last two albums and trying to like conglomerate it, and it was a hot mess. You know, there are some tracks that stood out to me, but And we got Brian. Hey, what's up, Brian? Welcome to the program. And Brian's like, yo. Okay, welcome. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Secrets, guys, is sexy, man. This is the Making Love album. Like, you can just turn this on from start to finish and just get freaky, okay? But yeah, I would highly recommend the songs on here. I love me some him. You're Making Me High, and Unbreak My Heart, okay? All right, that shower scene in Unbreak My Heart, good God. All right. And they even have their own, you know, shower. Yeah, I'll just keep it like that. It was pretty hot. Okay. But yeah, I love me some Toni Braxton. But yeah, she just needs to stop trying to be a pop artist. Like, that's the problem she's always had. You know, she'll make like two really good, legendary, good albums, and then just go off on this weird direction. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I can't. Okay. And then finally, guys, this is an artist that I swear I have been rooting for her for years to come out with a new album. She is so good at what she does. Now, if you want a crossover artist, an artist that can bring the pop, you know, the pop flavor with that, like, you know, Sierra kind of sound, but she's not Sierra. Like, Carrie Hilson, completely different from Sierra. But if you like that kind of crossover between like naughty meets nice, that is Carrie Hilson. For real. Like, I don't know why this woman cannot get her shit together. It breaks my heart because she is super talented, and I be going so hard for her album. Both of her albums are legendary. Like, this one is her debut, In a Perfect World, and then she also had No Boys Allowed, which, woo, the song One Night Stand that she did with Chris Brown was popping. Oh my gosh, it is everything. Like, she's great. It's just, and this is the other problem. Like, sometimes when these artists be trying to get the Beyonce kind of vibes, it causes them problems. And I think that's the same thing that happened with Carrie Hilson, just like what happened with A. Marie, right? And Yak's like, yes. And Yak also says, I love this album. Yes. Okay. Knocks you down. Oh my gosh, this album is everything. Okay, we about to get it poppin'. Ooh, we about to get it poppin'. Oh my gosh! This is the album that you be hanging out with your homegirls and you just turn it on and be riding, okay? Like, that's just what this album is kind of like, you know? If Sex in the City could be in an album, yo, for real, this is it right here. I'm just saying. You know, it's like the homegirls album. That's like when it came out and stuff, that was the way a lot of people described it. But okay, In a Perfect World, guys, debut album from Carrie Hilson. This is the album that put her on the map. Okay, she got hits on here like You're Turning Me On featuring Lil Wayne. She had Make Love. She had Slow Dance. I mean, hit after hit. She knows how to write songs. Like, she's really good at that. And she makes these really nice, like, concise, you know, just real bits of energy, but then she can make these really nice ballads that kind of elongate. This is a perfect example, guys, of like a good crossover like R&B pop album. And of course, yeah, like Get Your Money Up. Yeah, that's not my favorite song by hers. I like Slow Dance, and I also like this song never gets talked about, but it's called Intuition. I added that into the playlist. But it's this, you know, she's telling the guy in the song, she's like, you know, you really turn me on, you know, and you're like, you know, and I'm just into you, okay? But I'm not the girl that I used to be. That's what she says in the song. And Presley has those moments, guys, in Mr. Standing, because like Carter sees her and takes like a double take, like, man, she mad sexy, like, what, you know? And you know, Presley in a way kind of says that subliminally, there we go, that she's like, look, I'm not the girl that I used to be. I'm a grown woman, honey, you know. But yeah, I love this album, guys. Definitely listen to it. This is a fun ass album. It is a treat to listen to, and it never gets old. It's timeless. Like, you know, this album came out in 2009 and it's 2020 and people still want her third album to come out. It has not come out. I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know why she can't get her stuff together, because if the direction that she was going, guys, she would have surpassed artists like Normani and people like that. Even look at poor Normani. She comes out with Motivation and that really good record too called Waves and stuff, and she still hasn't gotten. And like, when is this album? It's like one of the most anticipated albums, guys, of this year. Everybody wants Normani's album to come out, you know. But I would love for Carrie Hilson to, I mean, she's done some stuff here and there recently. I was just reading about her today. She's been working with some Ghanaian, she worked with like a Ghanaian dance hall kind of dance artist, and she did like a cameo of one of his songs or something. But I would love for her to come out with her third album, even if it was independent. She's got a pretty decent fan base of people who really like her stuff. And I mean, even though I like In a Perfect World, but I swear No Boys Allowed is what really made her go even more commercial. And she just, I mean, she had that song Pretty Girl Rock. I mean, that was like the anthem of the year at that time. Oh my gosh, you would hear it like everywhere. And the music video was in the like, and she knows like the artwork, the covers and stuff. She's genius, but she's just, I don't know what's going on with her. Carrie Hilson, get your shit together, because we love you, girl. We want to see you win, because you're that talented, you know. Oh my gosh. And Yak says, I still listen. Yeah, I do too. I was just listening to Intuition. It's just a really catchy song, you know. And the beats on her songs are just like, you get hooked, man. You get hooked. All right, guys, and of course, this is the show email for both Boke Shade and the Curvy Metalhead Show, curvymetalshownews@gmail.com. You can email me, let me know, you know, music album requests, or if you just want to say hi, or you want to tell me that I suck and I'm ugly or whatever. No. But guys, that's it for my review of course, Mr. Stand-In by CM Albert, as well as my inspired soundtrack recommendation listens, okay, playlist that you should be listening to this sexy yet sassy book, okay? So guys, we still got a lot that's, you know, going on with the show and everything for Bookshade. Coming up probably in the next couple of weeks, I hope. I want to finish reading the next installment in Black Dagger Brotherhood. I am loving Zetas. Zetas is so sexy. He's got like those BDSM vibes and shit. Ooh, he is so hot. I love how transparent I am. Like, sometimes I tell myself, I'm like, okay, maybe I should not say that. But then other times I'm just like, you know? Oh, and Yak says, I could talk music for days. Yeah, I love music so much, guys. Like, I mean, I have, guys, let me tell you, I have so much music that I'm going to be reviewing. Like, I'm just listening to it and like taking notes and stuff. And also what I'm going to be doing, guys, is what I call notes and reaction, where I actually will like react to a movie or even listen to an album and write notes and things like that and do commentary with you guys. And then you guys kind of get insight into I like showing my process of like, you know, how I review, because people always ask me, they're like, Amira, you really give bomb ass like, you know, reviews on stuff. Like, you know, like I would love to see your process. So I'll actually show you guys my process of what I do, like taking notes and stuff. Also, guys, I have a really good documentary. I've been waiting for a long time to talk about it. So that's gonna come up next week, Wednesday. That's what we're gonna do. So once again, to recap, guys, Bookshade, as well as my other show, the Curvy Metalhead Show, just because, guys, I have been working, okay? I have been working, darling. W-U-R-K, okay? I have been working like midnight oil, long hours. You know, the holiday season is coming up, which I should be looking forward to. But when you work as much as I do, you're like, womp, 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 womp. Not looking forward to it, but my schedule has been changed for the holiday season. So I'm only going to be able to update the show twice a week, and that's on my days off, which is Wednesdays and Sundays, okay? So I'll be back on Sunday, and I'll both of these, you know, days I'm, you know, doing live episodes because I like talking with y'all, okay? But coming up on Sunday, guys, it's just gonna be relaxation Sunday, and I'm just gonna continue working on the artwork that I was working on. I've been working in this adult coloring book by Momo Girl, and it's called Girls with Music, and I'm looking at it right now, guys. It is looking spectacular, darling. But yeah, guys, if you have book suggestions, music albums you want me to review, you know, let me know. You know, you can email me or just, you know, message me in that brutally honest comment section below. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, take my makeup off, and, you know, look like myself again, because you will not believe, guys, like, this is a transformation that I do. Like, sometimes I scare myself. I'm like, oh, it is me, you know. But when I take my makeup off, I look like a completely different person. So I know when I meet my dream man someday, the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure to just give him a disclaimer. I'm gonna be like, honey, I love you with all my heart, but I just want to let you know that my face does not look like how it looks like with makeup on, okay? I hope that you will still love me, okay, with my makeup off, okay? And yeah, of course, to the pro wrestling fans, how could I forget? Thanks, Yak, for reminding me. Sunday is Survivor Series, probably one of the most important pay-per-views of the year. This is what makes or breaks the WWE, okay? Hell in a Cell? Forget about it. Survivor Series is the business. Champion versus champion. Once again, congratulations to my Scottish daddy of a thirst trap of a man. Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship. I was so happy. I was like, you know, I love him. Okay, I will be doing a Man Crush Monday just specifically on him because he is just, if he was not married, guys, I would scoop all up in there. I'd be like, I will be your wife for real. Okay, but enough of my messiness. But yeah, I gotta catch up with Raw. I was supposed to react to Raw, but I'm gonna push that back. Maybe I might do it on Sunday, or maybe I'll watch it and then do a recap. But yeah, I got a lot to review, guys. I mean, let's see. So I got a bunch of rock and metal albums, and I just finished doing a segment called R&B for Metalheads. So that's coming up too. I got books that I'm reading, video games. I have a lot of content till the, you know, as Justin Timberlake would say, till the end of time. You know? So, all right, guys, you can keep in touch with me the following ways. I also have a TikTok too, guys. So check me out on TikTok, is at Curvy Metal Show. That's where I do all my beauty stuff and all that stuff. Here, I just do my straight like reviews and commentary. And I also, guys, am going to be doing an episode coming up talking about how it's like being a hairy woman, because I am hashtag Team Natural. So I wanted to talk about that because there's this stigma if you like don't shave for some reason. So I wanted to talk about that. And oh, Yak says I can't wait and stay safe. Yeah, we will cover Survivor Series if I have the time. But yeah, Survivor Series, oh my gosh, champion versus champion versus champion. I am excited. I feel bad for Lana, you know, being put through tables and stuff. Oh, a pain. But all right, guys, yeah, I'm on that TikTok, which is at Curvy Metal Show. Go check it out. And then I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, which is also at Curvy Metal Show. I have all the links below, guys, including the playlist for Mr. Stand-In by CM Albert. Guys, I'm telling you, read this book. It does not take long to read. It is juicy, it's got that flavor, and it is everything. Okay, so guys, like I always say, okay, remember that reading is Halloween. All right, guys, I'll check y'all out on Sunday. Take care, guys.